The San Joaquin Valley is a jewel for the state of California. For those of us who grew up here, who know the San Joaquin Valley, we absolutely love this region.
This is a very large geography that we have to cover. I mean, the San Joaquin Valley is 27,000 square miles. It's got 62 cities. It's a very big place.
However, the San Joaquin Valley also had very high levels of poverty, high levels of unemployment, lower levels of educational attainment, and a lot of air pollution. These issues had to be tackled for the San Joaquin Valley to reach its full potential. California cannot be golden if the San Joaquin Valley is not reaching its full potential.
I think the formation of the partnership was really a culmination of conversation about quality of life in the San Joaquin Valley, what's important to everyone that lives here.
The idea behind the partnership originated with the Regional Jobs Initiative. Mayor Autry and several of us from the Fresno Regional Jobs Initiative lobbied the governor incessantly until he finally agreed to sign an executive order. It was really Sonny McPeak who shaped how the partnership looked. It was her design that put it together.
I was visited by Ashley Swearingen, Pete Weber, and Rick Lehman, who proposed that the state should have an executive order.
We decided it was time to pool our resources to more effectively solve our regional problems.
We at the cabinet level who were proposing and supporting this executive order were asked, why should we do this for one region? Maybe we should do it for all, which I think is a good idea. But we said, if we have to start somewhere, then the best place to do that is in the San Joaquin Valley because it has so much more potential and promise than we're realizing today.
Once the governor issued the executive order, we issued an RFP for interested parties to serve as a secretariat for the partnership. One of the bidders was the Office of Community and Economic Development, and they won the RFP.
The platform is the partnership itself, and off of that platform comes the work groups.
What I see the partnership doing is it provides a framework for engagement.
The work groups each have the counties within the valley included in them. So there is a collaboration that takes place within the work groups, and then there's a collaboration that takes place among the work groups. So workforce development, economic development can work together, air quality and water comes together, the ag and the air quality and the water comes together, and all those things work to make the valley a better place.
And the partnership, I think, was really the starting point to get folks speaking more in that regional voice. Still keeping your local flavor, still taking care of your own backyard, and realizing that your neighbor's backyard is probably just about the same as yours, and it'd be really great if everybody worked together.
The Great Valley Center described Highway 99 as the main street of the San Joaquin Valley, and it has been the workhorse of the California State Highway system really for the last 50 years. The challenges with it has been that the number of lanes on Highway 99 have been quite limited, and we need to expand that from existing 4 lanes to 6 or even 8 lanes in some locations, as well as to bring it up to modern-day standards.
This particular route has more truck traffic than most interstates around the country. Back in 2006, not only does it have congestion, but it also had at-grade crossings. Safety was terrible on this route. Many electeds and private citizens from the valley got together. Democrat, Republican, private, government, they all stuck together and said no. And at the end of the day, $1 billion was put in Proposition 1B for State Route 99 for the Central Valley.
The partnership was a great advocate for making that happen.
As we sit today, 10 years later, every one of the at-grade crossings has been fixed in the San Joaquin Valley. No more do we have those type of safety crossings.
We are almost through with the original list of improvements we had. We also added 4 additional projects, and those are under construction today.
Partnership played a critical role. The partnership was the glue that brought everybody together.
Ag is manufacturing. You know, you have to have the machinery, the processing equipment to make ag a reality, to make it competitive with other nations around the world. And then you add all of our other diverse manufacturing, and that's what really makes us special. Manufacturing is the largest employer in the Central Valley. The manufacturing cluster, when we began, really had limited activity. And we were questioning, why the limited activity? Well, it wasn't industry-led. Today, we're a manufacturing alliance of over 400 partners. It's all about having a voice for manufacturing. Having everyone from education, government, manufacturing, and students involved in the conversation allows us to hear everybody's views. Dual enrollment allows a student in career and technical education to be able to get high school credit that then will articulate to the college. Another thing that's really critical to students in career tech ed and to the system of education and government is that we offer stackable certificates, because that's what industry looks for. For example, in welding, the AWS certificates. It's great if the student graduated from the program at the high school or the college, but if all he or she has is a certificate of completion and not the industry recognized stackable certificates, it's a detriment for them to get hired. The result that we're looking for is building a world-class career and technical education ecosystem that provides our manufacturers and other businesses a work-ready, skilled, and talented pipeline of next-generation workers.
Department of Labor officials came to the state chancellor's office and wanted to do something statewide. The chancellor at the time said, you need to talk to the folks at the Central Valley. At the time, many regions weren't working as well as we were. The partnership lobbied both state and federal officials and let them know about the good work that we have done in the past. Because of their involvement over years in working with business and industry leaders, they were able to identify the right people to get at the table. So when we had those deep dialogues, the manufacturers and business leaders who were there were ready to work. C6 brought in various employers to look at curriculum. Specifically, we brought in manufacturers and moved beyond the typical advisory committee meeting. What we found is that we had some issues regarding definitions. So faculty from Bakersfield to Stockton and employers from that same area really looked at what are the employment competencies and really started looking at trying to have some standardization in the industry. It really is groundbreaking. That work still continues today, but it really laid the foundation of where we're going as a valley. C6 and the partnership allowed safe spaces for faculty and business and industry and families to come together and figure out how can we do things better without judgment, without blame, but moving forward.
The partnership is the example of how governance should be in this state in the 21st century.
The partnership originally adopted strategic action proposals. Each work group had its own goals and implementations. Recently, the partnership adopted 7 new goals because the goals today are different than they were 10 years ago. We're concentrating on water quality, we're concentrating on regional industry clusters, broadband, healthcare, the San Joaquin Valley Railroad, higher education, and greenhouse gas funding. And the purpose of doing that is to get the work groups to concentrate on these things that make for better water, make for better air, and bring more jobs and prosperity into the valley.
This is also an opportunity where the state is easily accessed through the partnership, and we can have significant impacts on policymakers at the state level.
All of those signs, all of the things, all of the dreams, all of the wants and the wishes that those that started the partnership happening, I think there are now actual things we can look at and say, look what we've done.
The future of the partnership is going to be bright. It is bright. It's different than it was 10 years ago. And 10 years from now, it's going to be different than it is now. It's going to be better.
We said it well when we published the strategic action proposal, which is the San Joaquin Valley is California's 21st century opportunity.